Hello, my lovelies, and welcome back to Creations by Simone. All right, guys, it is Wednesday again. It rolls around so quick when you're having fun, but welcome to Wedding Wednesday. And as you know, every Wednesday here on the channel, we feature wedding tips for our future bride and groom to be. Now, today, guys, what we're going to tackle are important questions to ask your wedding photographer. All right, my bride and groom, let's start with the key to finding the wedding vendors you love. Now, you should interview them before you sign the contract. This is especially true with a photographer. You'll be spending almost the entire day with the photographer that you have chose. So in addition to loving their style, having an in-person or phone interview is a great way to make sure you'll be happy to have them around. Now, if you're not really sure where to start when it comes to interviewing your wedding photographer of choice, I rounded up a list of questions to ask your photographer that will help you narrow down your options when it comes to everything you need to know. Now, here are the top 10 questions you should always ask your wedding photographer. Is my wedding date available? How many other weddings will you be doing that weekend? Will you have an assistant with you? And if so, how many? What is included in your standard package? What is your refund on cancellation policies? Can we request a list of specific shots that we would like to use? How long after the wedding will we receive our images? How would you describe your photography style? Do you offer retouches, color adjustments, or other corrective services? And will we have the rights to all the images? All right, my bride and groom, let me sneak in a bridal tip here. Now, some photographers always work with an assistant, while others only do it determined on the size or the need based on your event. If they do not always work with an assistant, adding an assistant or a second photographer to your contract will most likely incur additional fees. So if you don't need one, then you don't really have to add that extra person. Now, you always want to do a background check on the person that you're going to hire. You want to know how long have they been shooting weddings? How many weddings have they photographed? Do you often shoot weddings that have similar sizes and styles to the one that we are planning? Can we see full galleries of a few of your recent wedding events? Have you ever shot a wedding at a ceremony and reception venues? If not, do you plan to check the venues out in advance? Have you ever worked with a planner, videographer, florist, or a DJ? These are just a few questions, so it's important to do your homework and get a background check. Now, it's very important to learn your photographer's style because you want it to match your style. And some of the questions that you should ask are, how would you describe your photography style? What would you compare your work to? When shooting the scenes, do you prefer to blend into the background to capture candid moments, or do you like to be more visible and take charge to choreograph images? This is something that you truly need to discuss and make sure that everybody is in agreement, especially on wedding day. It can be very hectic if things are not organized and the styles do not mix. You may want things one way, he may want things the other way, but it's really all about the bride and groom. So make sure that everyone knows what they're supposed to do. The styles are the same. That way on your wedding day, there's no confusion and everything can flow much smoother. All right, my future Mr. and Mrs., I believe this is the most important thing you should ask when you're looking for a photographer: the pricing and the packaging. Now, you want to ask what is included in your standard package, what add-ons can you get, will it make the package more expensive, can I customize a package to fit my needs, do you include engagement photos in your package, what about pre-wedding events like rehearsal dinners, bridal showers, bachelorette parties, so on and so on. How many hours are included in each package, and how much do extra hours cost? Another question you may ask is, do you offer a photo booth? Do you offer retouching, color adjustments, or any other corrective services? Are those included, or is it an additional fee? All right, guys, another bridal tip. Most photographers have a radius outside of which they charge a travel fee over a certain distance. You may be required to pay for your photographer's lodging as well, so that is something that you have to keep in mind. All right, lovebirds. Next, we want to ask about the prints and the albums. First, you want to ask, can you order the prints or the albums directly from them? And also, what type of albums do they offer? Do they provide assistance selecting the images or designing the album? Are the album and prints included in the original package that you're going to get? And how long after the wedding will you even receive the images? The most important thing is, will you have the right to those images? Will the images be accessible online, and for how long? All right, guys, last but not least, the logistics. You want to know how much money that you're going to have to put down. What is the deposit and when is it due? Do you accept payments, installations? You want to ask them, what is the refund or cancellation policy? You also want to ask, how will your assistant be dressed if there is an assistant? And can we request a list of specific shots that we would like to have? All right, my future Mr. and Mrs. Now, there is no doubt about it. Choosing a wedding photographer for your wedding day can be very overwhelming. My advice is to decide on the day of your photography style first and then look for a professional wedding photographer within your budget. Once you've narrowed down maybe 1, 2, or 3 potentials, bring in these questions to ask the photographers and see if you and they feel comfortable around each other. I cannot stress enough how important this is, almost as crucial as their skills behind the camera. You're going to be spending your entire day with this person, and if you're at ease, you're not only going to enjoy yourself more, but they will get better shots. All right, my future Mr. and Mrs. I hope you enjoyed this week's Wedding Wednesday segment. I hope I gave you a few tips that can help you when picking out your photographer. All right, guys. Well, if you love the video, you know what to do. Give me that big thumbs up. Also, if you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by Wedding Wednesdays. My new subscribers, I see you, I do. And I thank you for your love and your support. And I just thank everybody for continuing to give me the love and support. All right, my lovelies. I will see you next Wednesday for the next Wedding Wednesday. Bye.